Welcome back to Workshop Friend. Earlier in the year I was contacted by Bestarc to see if I'd be interested in reviewing one of their products. So I agreed, and they sent me this Bestarc145, which is a MIG, TIG and stick welder. And you may have noticed that I've used it already in several of my projects over the recent months, but I thought it was only fair to do a proper review. So it's very compact, extremely lightweight. The machine basically comes ready to use out of the box. It includes the MIG gun, the earthing cable, stick welding torch or handle there, and also a gas pipe. Now I have to admit I've not used it for stick welding or gas welding yet, but I do plan to do that in the future. It also comes with a couple of spools of wire, flux cord wire and also straightforward wire, and the rollers and everything. So as I've already mentioned, it's ready to use out of the box. So one thing to consider early on is your power supply, and I decided that my previous power supply wasn't adequate, so I had this 16 amp spur put in, and in fact I had to beef up the supply to the workshop, but that was pending anyway. And that was a reason why I didn't use the machine for a while, because I was waiting to get that done. I don't propose going through installing the wire and setting it up. It's actually very straightforward, intuitive in fact, and there are also instructions in here. Yeah, I don't think you'd have any problems with that if you are of average mechanical aptitude. Now I really must stress that I have no real prior experience with welding. All I'd done before was a little bit of brazing and silver solder, so having a welder in the workshop, even a small one like this, I was hoping would be a real advantage and open up new avenues of projects that I could attempt. Now one of the first I attempted was actually to modify the belt cover from a Welding's pillar drill. This is what happens when you're a complete and utter amateur and you have a go at a project like this. But it worked, and it's in there and it does the job. The front's a bit neater than the back. I think I got a bit better as I moved in this direction. So there we are. That was welding 1mm sheet steel. It probably wasn't a good idea to start with that. So again, as a complete and utter amateur, these are some of the first welds I did on some thin box section. Yeah, not very good, but it worked. I did a test piece here, just joining a couple of pieces of just under 1/8 bar or strip. That came out quite well. Again, I practiced a bit more on some 1mm sheet steel. I put this right angle in here and attached this. That was very straightforward, I would say, no problem at all. This was my radius turning tool, and if you look at one of my videos, you see I welded this up, this little tool holder. And I'm going to go for about 90 amps and take extra special care to position myself well, give that a blast and see what happens. So this is as it's come out after a bit of tidying up, including just remachining that surface there where the plug weld was. I actually added a weld on the inside here, a fillet, which you can see there. Again, that won't affect the springiness of this. So of course, starting out from scratch, there were a few things I had to acquire in addition to the welder. First of all, a welding helmet, and this is kind of middle of the road, I would guess, but absolutely essential. Some gauntlets. I didn't really use a cutter grinder very much, but so I had to get some metal cutting discs and a flapper wheel as well, or a pack of those, been very useful. I also tried out some 30 thou diameter flux cord wire. The machine comes with 40 thou solid and flux cord, but I thought I'd try some finer wire as well. And about the first thing I made was this for holding my working position, so you'll probably see that in use in a minute. I soon realized that I needed something to weld on, a suitable surface, and it really wasn't a good idea to be welding on a wooden bench. Also, it wasn't very level. So I acquired this piece of scrap steel. It sits permanently in this corner of the workshop. By way of demonstration, I thought I would do a couple of test welds. One is to make a right angle joint here with this black bar. It's nominally 1/8 of an inch, actually it's just over 135 thou, or about 3.5 millimeters. So we'll make a right angle joint there. And then the other is to have a go at joining this sheet metal. It's only 40 thou, or 1 millimeter. And something I learnt online is the advantage of welding into a hole like that, basically to plug it. But I'm still learning. I'm sure someone more competent that could do a much better job than me. But my aim here is to demonstrate what a novice like me can do with this Bestarc145. So I've got the work ready here on the table, all lined up. I've just slightly beveled the corner there. I'm not sure if that's right. Maybe some of you who are more experienced can give me some guidance on that, but that's what I'm going to try. And I've cleaned off most of the rust there. If we refer to the table on the inside of the cover and have a look here, we've got so we're using flux cord, and we are at it's actually 3.5 millimeters. So for 4 millimeters we need 110 amps. So we'll go for 100 amps at 19.5 volts. Well, you can tell that I've got a long way to go. That weld is all over the place. Anyway, I'm showing you as it is. I'll see if I can improve on that. So I turned the work around and welded the outer corner, and I don't think that looks too bad. That was one pass, and I think that's done the trick. Now I wonder if the problem was that I shouldn't have beveled that internal corner. Perhaps those of you who have experience can let me know why the big difference between the outside corner and the inside corner. So since I'm not really happy with this, I thought I'd have another go, but without chamfering the internal corner. And so I've just cut a piece off again, cleaned it up roughly, and we'll do another join like that. Now it's not perfectly clean, as you can see. I've taken most of the rust off, but I want to see if I can get a reasonable weld in there. Well, my outside welds look sort of okay, but the inside, that's really a mess. Now, why is that? Is it because I need to turn the heat up for an internal corner, and maybe the 100 amps is okay on the outside but not on the inside? Not sure. Advice would be welcome on that. Thank you. I'm going to have a go now at welding up this 1 millimeter sheet, 40 thou sheet. So again, we'll refer to the table, and for flux core 1 millimeter we need 50 amps. Well, this is the result. Not too bad at all, I think. I'm reasonably sure that's a good join. Good degree of penetration on the back there. You can see it's just raised that surface there, so I think that's fine. Not very tidy here, as you can see. I think what I'll do is I'll have another go, and this time I won't do it on the sheet of steel, which I think is taking away too much heat. I'll just tack it on there, and then I'll lift it off, and then we'll try that process again. Well, this is the second attempt at the 1mm 40 thou sheet without the heatsink on the back, and to be honest with you, it's worse than the first one. Look, one problem there, it's gone right through. That didn't happen last time. Yeah, I was having some problems. I think part of the problem was I didn't start off well because the roller was slipping and I had to tighten up the roller on the feed, and so I didn't get off to a good start. That may be one factor. I also found I had to turn the current up. I did this on 50 amps, and this I turned up to 63. Seemed to work better. Don't know why that was. Still a long way to go, but yeah, I think that's an acceptable result for a novice like me. Well, that concludes my brief review of the Bestarc145 MIG, TIG and stick welder. From this video you will see that I am a novice, I'm a complete newcomer, and I think that's part of the advantage in reviewing a machine like this, because most probably it's newcomers who are going to be attracted more to this kind of machine. What I liked about it was that it was more or less usable right out of the box. The only additional things I needed to get were the helmet, the gauntlets, and also I needed to upgrade the electricity supply, but you may not need to do that. I like the idea that it's multifunction and I can use it in other ways too. So far I've only used gasless MIG welding, but I might be interested in trying some gas welding at a later stage. The synergic control is definitely a real asset as a newcomer, so that means that the voltage and the current stroke wire feed rate are automatically ratioed out just in one dial. In addition, you can up and down the voltage by 3 volts if you need to, but I don't think I ever use that function. Good instructions are included. Those, together with a few YouTube videos, got me up and running quite quickly. The price is certainly good. At the moment in the UK, it's somewhere between 116 and 215 pounds. That in dollars correlates to 160 to 290 dollars. So yes, this is definitely suitable for a newcomer like me. I have used it already to undertake about 10 different jobs around the workshop. Most of those are things that I could not have tackled without a little welder like this, and I certainly anticipate using it much more in the future. So if you've enjoyed this video, do give me some feedback, particularly on that tricky internal corner. Why couldn't I get that right? I would appreciate your feedback on that if you know the answer. I hope you'll join me for the next video to come out in about 2 weeks' time. Thank you.